Hey everyone, happy holidays. So today I thought that I would film a little Vlogmas, just a sprinkling of Vlogmas on my channel. So I'm actually gonna be decorating this weekend. I did start decorating last weekend, so this technically should be weekend number 2 of Christmas activities and stuff like that. But today's the day I'm gonna actually be filming for you guys and with you guys. I have a couple of reels planned for my Instagram. And side note, I only got reels like a week ago. And I've been wondering how people are making them. Like, I knew obviously like Instagram releases in batches to people, but I finally got the update that allows me to do reels. So I feel like I'm a little late on the train, but thought it could be fun. So I have a couple of ideas that I'm going to do, which is why my tree is not decorated. So Scott and I bought our tree last weekend, and apparently there is yet another tree shortage this year, and the prices are reflective of that this year. Last year we got a 7-foot tree and it was about $90. Maybe I got it for, yeah, I think it was $90. And then this year we had to go for a 6-foot and it was like $100. So if you guys were here last year, I think I showed on my channel that I attempted to buy artificial trees last year and it nearly killed me. I did buy a pencil tree from Michael's, which I actually have in my office. It's not up yet. Something else I'm going to decorate today. I don't know, up this weekend. And I loved the pencil tree. It was fantastic. But the pencil tree was not my vibe for the living room. I want a big, fat tree. Like, I want a big, tall tree that's nice and chubby, nice and full. And so I picked up a second artificial tree last year. I think it was from Canadian Tire. And I got it home. Oh man, it was no bueno. It, even with like fluffing, was still like really sparse, and it hurt my soul, and I full on cried and was just like, I can't do this. And Scott was like, pack it up, we're returning it. So needless to say, we went out and bought a tree. So this year I contemplated putting a little extra money into an artificial tree and not trying to get like, the most affordable good looking one, like getting an actual proper expensive tree. But I'm like, not this year. I chickened out. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't do it. So I was like, let's try this. And also because this is a smaller tree this year, I'm curious to see if I even want a tall tree or if I can get away with a 6-foot tree. So I'm going to share with you guys the tree. She's looking a little naked right now. We don't even have our tree skirt on yet because of the reel that I want to film. And my house is turned upside down. So we decided to move our table. It's not where it's supposed to be right now. It's kind of like chilling with a whole bunch of stuff behind me. And it's actually a little bit closer to here when it's not schluffed out of the way for filming purposes. But I got a nice little tree runner, table runner, a little tablescape, if you will, trying to have a nice little finesse there. And yeah, I've kind of done a few different spots of decorating. So I just thought I would fill you guys in and show you guys. So this we didn't have last year, and it's now been pretty decked out. I still have a couple things that aren't quite where they're supposed to be, or I'm waiting to pull out other decor for my bins, which have also taken over my living room and dining room area. So another reason why I want to just finish decorating so all this can go back into my basement and I can have my space back. But we need to give her a little haircut. I got a few that are just like, just not right, just not where they need to be. Not vibing with that, but I'm really loving our bar area this year. Right now it's now messy again, but it was really cute, so I will be sure to share that with you as well. But yeah, so I just thought I would bring you along and get some decorating done and give you guys some behind the scenes for the reel. So this is what the bar area looks like at the moment. Obviously, like I said, it's not tidied, and I emptied out the barrel on the bottom. So we used to store all of our liquor and stuff down there, and I have a little wine rack. But it's a lot of alcohol that like we don't drink on a daily basis, and they're just things, or like on a regular basis, and they're kind of like for specific drinks or if other people come to visit us. So I've cleaned that out for the moment, and we had some wine and port glasses that were gifted to us last Christmas that I've now officially put in a shelf in our kitchen because they just kind of sat in the boxes for a while because they weren't things we really gravitated towards. But I have now moved them, and you can see a little bit of the hallway. Not gonna show too much because it's also a disaster. But I'm thinking I have this little miniature village. I didn't put it up last year. I don't know if it's just I couldn't find a spot for it or just wasn't keen on having it out. I don't even know. But it would actually fit really well under the bar. So unfortunately, I won't be able to plug in because there's no plug on that wall. It's like the only wall in this room, or these two rooms, that doesn't have a plug on it. And I think it's obviously because it backs onto the stairs for the basement and for upstairs, but like just one socket would be nice. So I'm just gonna kind of set it up. I had it set up on one of our like end tables that we kind of had by our projector, but apparently the house was ever so slightly too tall, so Scott noticed it when we had our projector on. So he kind of schluffed it to the side, so I figured I might as well just move it, and I'll put it over here. And I've just been doing some general tidying up, like upstairs in our room, doing some vacuuming, some full-on like, you know, laundry, like domestic stuff. Domestic goddess? Not really. I am looking forward to doing some baking. I have to attempt for the very first time to make mince pies for my dad, because my aunt is no longer with us, and she's the one who's been making them since my Nana passed away, so I'm going to pick up the torch and attempt it. I really want to bake cookies, and unfortunately this year with work I can't bring the cookies into my kids, my students, which is kind of upsetting, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really enjoyed doing it 2 years ago. We didn't do it last year. My best friend in Boston, I didn't do it last year, but I was really keen on doing it this year, and she has her new house, so there was like tons of space. We were gonna kind of christen the kitchen with some cookies. Try saying that 3 times fast, but we can't. So I figured I might just bake some cookies for my dad, some cookies just to have for the house, just cookies to give to Scott's sisters and family and stuff like that. Because I really want to bake. I'm not even a big baker, but I'm like, I just really want to bake. And I have a ton of cookie cutters. Like, a couple of them I have, sorry, like, don't look at my kitchen. So I've got just like rounds, or you could do like, not a beveled edge, but like a scalloped edge. That's what I'm looking for. And then these ones, these are definitely Scott's mom's. I'm not sure how we came into possession of them. I think I wanted to use them for my kids, and I just didn't return them yet, so I'll return those to them. But they're like Christmas sweaters. This one has some Christmas trees and stuff on it. But I literally have a ton. I've got different snowflakes. Like, these ones I really like. I don't think I've actually used these ones at all. Then I have a whole bunch of different piping heads, and I just have so many. So I'm like, I must do all the cookies. So today's tidying day. It's going to be a bit of a filming day. If it doesn't work out to film today, I'm going to end up filming tomorrow, because I need Scott's help. So we're going to kind of coerce him into coming down and helping out. But it's just kind of that, like, must have everything clean. I'm almost done at work, so I have about a week and a half left of classes, and then I'm off for almost 3 weeks. So very excited about that. So kind of on top of everything there, kind of have everything planned until the break, so just need to execute it. So I'm like really full on wanting to have Christmas now, and like, it's gonna be so weird because it's gonna be so different this year for lots of reasons. Obviously not having family, but also like my aunt passed earlier in the year, and like we always used to go to her place for Christmas, and at least like over the last couple of years we've kind of tag teamed between Scott's family and my family, so it's gonna be weird. And then not having a bunch of family around anyways, and just having a smaller Christmas, it's gonna be strange, but I hope everyone stays safe, and that is obviously the main goal of everything. And so we have been in the kind of the same bubble with Scott's sisters and mom, so we're kind of clear to still see them, but who knows what'll happen when Christmas comes, because it is currently the 5th of December, so we have 20 days to figure out if there's going to be a further lockdown and further protocols or what. But on to happier and brighter things. So I cleaned my office. Ugh. I had 3 office chairs in here, guys, because as you can tell, I have a new chair. It is a gaming chair. I'm gonna take these off. It's a gaming chair that Scott got to replace his old one, and it didn't fit very nicely for him. So I ended up getting it off of him so he could get another one. And it's not something I ever thought I would want or gravitate towards because aesthetics. And I have this little white chair that I got from IKEA when we first moved. And it fit the aesthetic of the room, but I can't stand it anymore. It needs to go. It just wasn't as comfortable. I couldn't sit back in it as well because it didn't really have armrests, so it would kind of butt up against my desk. Now, granted, this has like super tall armrests, but it's different and it's better, and it has a lumbar support. It has a nice little head pillow, headrest. So this is my new chair, but I had my old chair from my dad's place. I pulled in when I was getting over my white chair. So I had 3 chairs. Ooh, excuse me. I have 3 desk chairs in here, and I'm gonna try and sell the white one. My roots chair, I don't think I can get any money for. I need to clean it, and if it works after I clean it, like it looks like it's actually cleaner, then I might try to sell it. But otherwise, like I've had it for actually like almost between 15 and like 17 years. I think I should be allowed to throw it out. I don't want to, but like the effort to like try to like recover it or whatever, just like it's just not gonna happen. So if I can clean it up and sell it, because it's literally, other than like just literally some wear in it, it's a perfect chair. So anyways, I digress. So I have this space open now, and I'm just playing around with a new software that I got. And Scott put me onto it, and it's another video editing software. I have been using iMovie since I got my Mac, since I started my channel, and I had the 90-day trial for Final Cut Pro 10 and was like this close to actually buying it for myself. And I kind of like chickened out and was like, okay, no, like I haven't been as consistent with filming that I was like, I don't know if I can justify it. So Scott's, one of his coworkers does a lot of editing into different editing softwares, and he put him onto this one, and it's called DaVinci Resolve. It's called DaVinci Resolve, and they just released a new beta, so it's DaVinci Resolve 17. And the one thing that I liked for Final Cut Pro 10 versus iMovie is that I could change filming from like a wide angle regular video footage for YouTube to like an Instagram one, and have like IGTV or Reels or whatever the case may be. And as I mentioned earlier, I just got access to Reels like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago max. So I wanted a software that could film in that vertical format, and iMovie you can't do it. You have to export it, and then there was some weird hack that I think it was you put it into like Keynote, and then it went through QuickTime, and then it was right. And I was just like, that's just too many steps. So this has it native to the program. So just watching a couple videos on that, and then I'm going to debate whether I'm going to actually put any of my trees and stuff up tonight. So it's 4:40 now, and I feel like it's going to take me like some time, at least for downstairs. It's going to take me some time to get the full tree up. In here, I might be able to get away with doing it tonight because my lighting is pretty consistent with my overhead lights, but I might just spend the rest of the evening kind of fiddling with this and playing around with this, and just doing some laundry, boring stuff like that. But I'm definitely excited to play with this program and see if it's going to do what I want it to do, what I need it to do, and then I can film more stuff for IGTV. Because honestly, as much as I love YouTube, and really I do, like I've not been able to pull myself away from it after, almost 10 years, 9.5 years. I don't know, I just feel like sometimes IGTV and Reels and Instagram in general is just like a better option for me. But even trying to get like my blog back going and all that stuff, and I have all these ideas, I just have the hardest time like implementing them. So, baby steps. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. And then I'm also going to work on my bullet journal tonight because I have my final spread of the year, and I'm debating again whether I'm going to stay hard copy with bullet journaling or if I'm going to move to a digital journal on like my iPad. And like there's pros and cons for both. So I don't know. Let me know if you are team paper or team digital. So it's almost 9 o'clock. No decorating was done. And the editing software is not doing what I want it to do. And it's kind of frustrating me. But I'm also not sure if like I'm just missing something. So I'm watching some videos, but the videos are not quite matching up. So it's a beta. It's, you know, there's some bubbles, some quirks. There's a word I'm looking for. I just lost it. Anyways, I've decided to settle down. I'm having a Bengal spice tea, which is one of my faves, and I'm just gonna watch some YouTube. So we will decorate tomorrow. Good morning. Why do I look so grainy all of a sudden? That's kind of weird. Okay, hopefully that doesn't stick. Anyways, good morning. Happy Sunday. I am now on my second cup of tea. Scott went out for a walk with his mom and one of his sisters and her puppy. And I wanted to get some work done, so I am basically trying to finish up all of my planning from now until the break, so that it's literally just print and go, print and go, print and go. And I'm almost done that, which is very exciting. And there's a little bit more work for me to do. Oh, I don't have enough water. We'll rectify that situation. Yeah, so I have a little bit of like actual work. I have a couple of rubrics and stuff I have to make, which is teacher stuff. But I want to get that done. It is 9:15. I've been up for a little while, although I haven't been as productive as I often have been on Sunday mornings. Recently, I've been kind of getting up early, spending a few hours on work stuff, and then doing whatever I want for the rest of the day, which is something I've never been so good at, because I used to like do what I'd want, and then in the evening I would kind of do work stuff and like unwind and kind of fall into my workday flow. And I actually kind of like just getting it done and out of the way. So there's that. And I'm going to do the tree decorating and both trees. And I thought of another thing that I'm going to film for IGTV, or just Instagram in general, but probably more IGTV. I got my software to work last night. Before I went to bed, I tried one more time. And I watched another video, and then I finally got it to work, so that was super exciting. So now I know that I will be able to actually do what it is I want to do. And yeah, so I'm going to bring you guys along, but I will be taking a pause while I decorate, because I'm going to be using my phone to film something else. While doing that, it's going to be lots of cameras rolling today, and then I will do probably the grand reveal of the house post-decorating. So yeah, I'm going to go eat. So in case anyone was curious of what planning like a teacher looks like, this is the planner that my dad bought me for my birthday. Love it. Erin Condren is a very popular planner that I just cannot justify the price for. So this is from Plum Paper, and it's basically the exact same thing, but a little cheaper. So I have it sorted by day vertically, and I have color-coded for my subjects. I used to write the actual subject in the highlight, but I just know what they are now, so I don't need to worry about it. And the gray ones are my prep periods. So I have officially planned the next 2 weeks. We get out at noon on the Wednesday, and we have a school-wide movie day in the afternoon. It is socially distant. It's all in our classroom, so we're not with anybody else. And I can put that away now, and I'm so happy. And in the time that I have planned, my bun has dropped a good 5 inches from where I started it. So I've just enjoyed some eggnog. Scott and I just had lunch, and we had a really good, we had a garlic naan with some, it's like a couple chicken fingers he had left over from a lunch he had the other day. We just diced it up, put some spinach, put some sweet Thai sauce, a little bit of a taco nacho cheese blend. Oh my gosh. Probably like the best wrap we've ever made. So kind of wish we had more, but I'm full. I'm good. I've got my festive drink, and it's time to tidy up my work stuff and start decorating. And I also probably need to run out and get some wrapping paper so that I can wrap up gifts today, or maybe I'll do gifts later. We'll see. Okay, this is why I keep Scott around. I was just kind of thinking of different ideas for the tree reveal reel. I like that. And I obviously don't want to do like a direct copy of people that I've seen do them. So I loved In the Froze, loved Victoria's. And who else had another good one? There's a couple I just saw online where like you close the door, like the grenade ones. Love that one. Still might do that one for my office, but not sure yet. But I wanted to do something different for this one, and he just came up with the greatest idea. And now I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it because there's two different ways I could film it, and I'm just not sure which one's gonna be better. And like I'm not doing this tree twice, so I now have to figure that out. This is our little naked tree before it starts. Coda was over earlier, so my sister-in-law's Caitlin's puppy, and he was chewing along this branch, and I booped him in the nose with it. So I was like, no touching my tree. So I'm gonna do a little bit of pruning before I film. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So the haircut wasn't quite as dramatic. That's just clippings from the floor. That's what I've chopped off. For the most part, there's still a little that can be done like here, but it's gonna depend on once I get the lights on, because from different angles it doesn't look too poorly. And then I take a big chunk off the top so that I can get my star to actually stay. And it keeps leaning, but I think that actually looks pretty good. Actually, funny enough, on camera I see more spots that need to be trimmed than in real life, and I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll do a little bit more trimming. So I just heard a whole bunch of honking and was really confused as to why there was so much honking and who was being aggravated by somebody else. And you can still hear a little bit of it. But basically, one of my neighbor's kids, it's their birthday today. So I don't know them, but her name is Madison, and they had happy birthday signs, and they had birthday banner trim like on their cars, and they had gift bags and balloons, and it was super cute. So she must be like a kid. I'd say probably like, I don't know, 13 or less, like probably elementary school. Just thinking of like the kids I've seen around the neighborhood. So super cute. And now I'm getting set up for the time lapse. The tree has been trimmed again. Scott still has some things he wants to trim away, but I've told him to stop. So I'm going to prep for the beginning of this reel. Hey guys, so I realized I never got to close out the vlog. We had my dad over for dinner, which I just kind of showed you a snippet of, and then I went to bed because his visit lasted till almost 10 o'clock, and then I was just knackered. So I'm not going to share with you guys the grand house reveal yet of the Christmas decorations, but I've shown you my tree, and I've yet to do my office tree. What a surprise there. I'm really trying to crank out some work so that I can have my break completely unto myself. So I will probably share the office tree and gift wrapping and stuff in Vlogmas weekend number 2, so stay tuned for that. Also, just want to say that I did figure out why my phone was going grainy, and I will make sure that doesn't happen in the future. So my apologies for the headache that graininess causes. I'll catch you guys in my next video. See ya!